your immediate environment, you're always going to be responsible for the kind of future that you are going to breed.
The Nigerian Entertainment Conference is an annual event that brings together media professionals and entertainment enthusiasts from around Africa to engage in impactful conversations on sustaining growth in the continent's creative space. Organized by ID Africa, the 2022 edition of the conference, tagged Sustaining the African Momentum, features talks, performances, workshops and conversations exploring how African creatives and entertainers can use digital media and technology tools to build sustainable economic power for themselves, the industry, and their nations.
We don't want to get to a point where it's only kids of the privileged people that are able to get that exposure, the talents everywhere. So I think for me, maybe because I'm also a creative person, I would like to have conversations on how do we make sure that we find true talent, regardless of wherever you are in Africa or in Nigeria.
Conversation that we need to be having especially as the music business, but overall is around intellectual property. It's the protection of intellectual property. And in music, that comes to the ability to collect your due amount on the value of what you've created as a song.
I must congratulate the NECLive team for always leading, in the conversations, the important conversations, that should be going on in the industry. And one of the things that I think are important and some of the conversations that we should keep having is one, upskilling in terms of talent. The industry is rife with a lot of talent, but we need to be able to formalize some of those talents, some of those skills, and need to be able to provide more opportunities for talent to thrive.
There's something fundamentally wrong with our leadership. So right now, I think what is drawing the attention of those outside is our entertainment. People are seeing musicians, artists. What is coming out of Africa is huge, and people know that there's potential here. But we need an enabling environment.
The conference, which encourages connections and professional relationships between established names in the industry and developing or upcoming talents for mentoring, allowed for an exchange of ideas, discussion of challenges, and finding a stronger pathway for the entertainment industry in Africa to thrive.
Trust me, we have so many super talented creatives in Nigeria that do not have a platform to shine. Forget that we have the platform to shine. What about all these various people? I give 10 scholarships out every year at my fashion academy, Tiana Fashion Academy, to students, and I push them back into the industry. They strive on their own, but some of them still need a lot of capital. Some of them still need that platform to shine. Imagine if the government focused on these people, empower them, help them, and push them out into the industry again and make them compete on the international platform.
Conversation should be twofold. It should be increased capacity, so infrastructure, and trying to see how we can actually build, not for the sake of building, not monuments, but actual infrastructure that will have a ripple effect and trickle down to the entire ecosystem. On the other side, I think we need to continue telling our stories, even more now more than ever, because now it's like if you're around the world, if you're a foreigner, or you're from wherever, and you're not feeling, not Africa, if you're not tapping into something Nigeria, it's like you don't know what's up.
The conversation has to go towards encouraging the youths to embrace their culture, to understand that their culture is not diabolic, it's not ras, it's not local. And if you call it local, local is original because that's your originality. So I think we should focus more on that because the youth need to understand that their culture comes first and is important to them, even though we try to copy the Western world a lot.
We can be able to bring about policy that can be able to impact, the entertainment industry, not just for the sake of it, but things that is going to form like a foundation and a framework that, the industry can be able to build upon. Because when you look at the entertainment industry in Nigeria, they're almost like one of the very few industries that are self-funded and people built with their hands from the ground up without any form of, government interventions or, government funding or anything. So I think we have gotten to a point where government needs to make policy and government needs to also put money into it.
There was a heartwarming moment honoring the late Sound Sultan with songs by Nigerian artist Two-Face Idibia and other musicians, as well as the announcement of the late singer's 9th studio album and launch of the Nigerian Ninja merchandise ahead of the one-year anniversary of his death.
Sound Sultan is not the type of artist that just gives you vibes on vibes, or the kind of artist that will just give you sound without meaning. I think Sound Sultan is one of such artists that you will look at and you can define as artistic. So we were working on a couple of songs which we were planning to drop before its transition to another realm.
I can't believe I'll ever get to never see you no more. We'll never get to ever share the things we used to share before. We saw us through the things we do, like 1 and 2, we do the things we do together.
The Nigerian Entertainment Conference, or NECLive as it is popularly called, aimed to shape the direction of the entertainment industry in Nigeria and around the African continent, has created an atmosphere for participants to share new ideas, test products and services, discuss issues and concepts, and teach startups, as well as set the agenda for the entertainment industry. A good way to sustain the African momentum. SeyitanAtigarin, Arise News, Lagos.